Hello everyone, this is Parzival630 here, and I've been thinking for a while that it's been a little bit since I've actually done anything on this channel, so I thought I would record something for it. We're gonna play Metroid 4. Probably one of my favorite Metroid games of all time, mainly because it's the way that it's thrown out and it's played out. I'm already in the third sector in the game in my practice, but we're gonna start a new file here. I'd been assigned to watch over Biologics' research team, so I once again found myself at the surface of SR-388. So this basic premise is that Metroid 4 is the end of the Metroid series, and so Samus has already gone and exterminated all of the Metroids on SR-388, which I do believe is a reference to the date that Metroid 2 came out. It's Samus Returns, March 1998. It's kind of interesting. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. This gelatinous thing attacked Samus. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness, and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Jeez Louise. Like, what are the odds that your ship was close enough to an asteroid belt and you drifted toward it? I don't know. Just kind of scary, I guess. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation headquarters. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. It doesn't really explain like how this changes her. So I'm just going to go out and say that right now. The X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seemed that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. I suppose they didn't remove the suit until after she was conscious again. The parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. I don't know. A lot of this is unclear, like what happens, and of course they're watching as the X disappears into her disappears from her body. Oh boy, allergies. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. I love her new suit. Her new suit is actually kind of cool looking. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. That's the reference to Metroid 3. We'll be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biological Space Labs, or BSL, research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexpected explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CEO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. More on that later, I guess. I find this interesting that this isn't like a past thing. This is like in the moment Samus is thinking about and pondering these things. So we get a little bit of like in-depth like thought on what she's like, how she's feeling about the situation. Here's our map. There has been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples of from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. I'll blink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. Alright, this is BSL Research Labs. It's the main hub of the game. It's where the entirety of the game takes place, is the station, which is actually kind of cool. So, got angle shot there. You press B to shoot, A to jump, the directional pad to actually move across places. Easy stuff. So if you actually are moving when you're jumping, you do a forward flip. And if you don't quite make a ledge, and you're pressing at the right time, Samus will hang on to the ledge. Just kind of nice. Otherwise, you could just keep jumping, jumping on ledges and stuff. That'll get Samus. Well, the first part of this is pretty easy. It's just to get you used to the controls, obviously. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. So we just need to move a little further ahead here. So, doors don't open for us. They're all locked, other than the doors that are left open for us. We also cannot use our Morph Ball ability, so all of our abilities are unavailable to us. The only thing that we have is our blaster. And it's like the weakest form of the blaster too, obviously. I love how this game like explains away how Samus doesn't have control of her abilities. We're gonna go in here, and this is the place where the explosion was. It's another one of those creatures. Oh! Get back here. Okay. I took that damage intentionally to show that what it does. So if you look up in the corner there, my energy has refilled by 10. But I took more damage than I recovered. So keep that in mind. They do recover health. Alright, back into the navigation room. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen can have it. Before the explosion, the security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine works so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by the X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so preserve free X parasites whenever you possibly can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. You must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I am already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you're only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. He said duty. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now, get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. So all white blinking hatches are now unlocked to us, unless they are already, open to us right now. But we can now come up here. There's no point in going back down the way we came, because that's the way back to the ship. Unless you absolutely feel like you need to heal, there's no need to do it. Green doors and any other color doors, I think there are... Well, hold on. I can just do this. blue, green, yellow, and red doors are locked to us. They are security locked. They're spread out throughout the entire station, so don't worry about um, trying to get through them right now. There'll be a story reason how you open them. All right, we got this. You can't shoot this, but these guys you can shoot and kill. All right, there's another navigation room here, but there's no. Oh wait, we do need to go through here. Okay. I've received news from headquarters. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here, so the D room. Throughout this playthrough, you will hear me call the D room just the download room, just because that's how I interpret it. I also call the N room the network room for whatever reason, probably because you just do a lot of networking work with your computer in this. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. That is quite the jump, actually. All right, we can go down here, but there's nothing down there for us right now, so it's better to just move forward and up. So we can take the elevator here. Get some old-fashioned Metroid look here. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CO I served under it, named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. From anyone else, I would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. So she refers to the computer whose orders she takes, Adam. Which is kind of sweet. I don't know. It's really unclear whether or not she had a thing for him, but whatever. Alright, we don't need to go through the end room right now. Let's just go ahead and download this data. Downloaded missile data. Hold R and press B. I also like to think that the lady comment is sexist, and that's also like the sarcasm thing. I don't know. Alright. So you hold the R button and you can switch to your missiles. I'm not going to fire one right now just because we're going to need to do something about it in a minute. Or we're going to get to use it, sorry. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. Thanks for the reminder. I'm reading huge biosigns. I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use the recharge room and absorb a special type of X parasite. Yeah, so the green X parasites, which we haven't seen yet, refill our missiles, and that's why the text is green there. You'll see them. Try it out. Yeah, it's just like, oh hey, it's not gonna fucking kill you if you don't destroy these things, but have fun. Alright, I love how like lights are flashing here. Alright, so this is where you're supposed to go, and obviously the door is flashing red as an indicator of the old Metroid games. Fire one missile at it and it opens. But if you go down here, you can recharge your missiles. So very easily. I like to have all 10 just for this upcoming part, just because it's easier. You want to use as many missiles as you can. Also, if you jump when you're hanging too, you automatically climb up. Alright, these things, now that we've got missiles, we could pop them with 3 missiles, and they get destroyed really easily. Also fire through here. There are 2 types of walls that we can blast through right now. Oh, not 2 types that we can blast through, but 2 types of walls that we are introduced to. There are the crumble floors, which look like, I don't know, falling rocks or whatever. That's what the platform looks like. And then there are the walls that you can blast with your regular blaster, which I do believe they just look like regular gray rocks after you shoot them. Missile tank acquired! Tank! Missile capacity increased. I don't know, I just like saying tank afterwards. It's just funny. And annoying. Another missile tank. Tank! Alright, let's go ahead and grab these. Shoot these guys. There's a save room up here. I'm not going to use it right now. I don't need it. I'm not going to save until after I'm done recording. Alright, can I... You need to use your missiles for these eye doors. Also need to jump past these guys. This is probably one of the most annoying doors that you got to get through. Whoa! Come on. There we go. One more. There it is. Last one. Alright. Red X parasites will recharge everything, I think, by 50. So, no matter what you have, it'll recharge you by, like, a large quantity of missiles and health. And we got an energy tank here. Tank! Go ahead and drop down here. And we have our first giant X parasite. See how they gather together like that? Alright, we're going to blast the crap out of this guy. Ow. Alright. Alright, after you defeat this... Okay, hold on here. I'll explain what just happened there in just a second. So what you want to do is you want to wait for him to stop flashing and then fire your missiles at him. You fire your blaster at him and it'll release more X parasites. I'm just going to call them X from here on out, though. Morph ability recovered. Press down twice to morph. Okay, so what happened with that boss fight is that he's going to shoot like a little blade of energy at you. You could just jump over it to get past it and then pop him with some missiles. And when he rolls up into a ball, he's going to like charge at you at a high speed. So you want to jump up on this ledge, and right before he hits the wall, you want to flip off and over him. Because if he hits the wall, he'll knock you down. So that's how you beat that guy. And you just rinse and repeat until you destroy him. Alright, so you can press down, and you can morph into a ball now. Which is kind of nice. You get into, like, cramped, like one square areas, which is just how I interpret that thing. But when you hang on a ledge, and the area above is only 1 square high, or it's narrow, or whatever, and you press up, you automatically roll into a ball. So, that's useful, and it teaches you that here too. So you just rinse and repeat. So, and now you can't get through here. Okay, so in order to get through here, you just hold left and then you just fire your blaster. There are certain places where you're going to need your missiles for that, but you'll know when you need them. Oh, I'll show you when you need them, because some places you just have to know, or you've tried everywhere in the past. Alright, let's just head out this way. Is there... I don't think there's another room that we can get into over there. We can get into that save room. There's nothing up in that save room on the right there. There is, however, this room over here. We can check this out real quick. I'll show this off. So this is where that other brain cell looking thing was. So it's another recharge room. I don't know why it's like not marked. I don't maybe the computer can't scan that unless it knows it's there. I don't know, but it's there. So I'm thinking I'd probably just record until I complete like 2 areas, and then I'm gonna call it a session. I'll just split it into 2 parts. If it runs a little long, then I'll cut it after I get to a certain part. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X. The Sector 1 SRX shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of SR388 ecosystem. To get there, we take the main elevator to access the shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. So someone is involved with releasing the X. I mean, this is like a serious bioweapon here. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Okay, now that we can roll in here, get into this whole shadowed area, and you get a missile tank. Tank! I swear, I'm going to do that every time that I get one of those. Real quick. Is it no. It's not down here. It's over here. I want to show this off real quick. Because, it's actually kind of cool. Literally. So it's kind of freezing in the Sub-Zero containment here, so you're going to lose health pretty fast. But you see that Ridley's here too. Which, that's kind of bad, especially with the X parasites here. So you could see that as early as this. A lot of people might know that, but I just like showing it off anyway. So we're gonna crawl in here because this is where we need to go. Open up this door. An elevator. Alright, we're heading down. Holy crap. Oh, that's so scary. I just went down there. Why am I here? Because it's not me. Oh, you're not real. You're not real. Oh, and then you can hear the explosion in the elevator. This game, boy, I tell you, this game.